I'm going to do a really accurate v2k video for you so you can understand exactly what it's like for people and what happened to everybody lately who's been going crazy. Now, what you're usually going to see if you're going to a location is some kind of a cable truck tapped into the power lines. And when you get to the location, there will be either set up devices in backpacks, or a car will pull up unmarked, well, you know, tinted out, a van out of state. It'll park outside where you are and hopefully only have one wall between you. Apartment complexes are different because in the vacant apartments, they put these devices in them to torture everyone in the building. If you're at your home like I am, what I've seen them do is a boxed-in technique where they'll have to have two work trucks directly across the street from your house, and they installed some kind of a light post that they tap into to send over the signal. But usually it's the vacant and empty apartments, like that house, the white one on the corner, and the one across the street from me has empty, you know, things in it. Now I'm using the blue light to simulate the direct energy weapon, but you could be anywhere in your house and all those things have to be in a place. The vans pull up and they point a weapon at you. The algorithm changes in your house, but first you're sitting there and we're gonna take your wife, we're gonna fuck her, we're gonna do all kinds of crazy shit, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. Then you'll get a well-timed phone call that will say the words, "I'll take the queen and the castle." And you're like, so you go back into your head because it's never left. Fuck you, man. You're not fucking taking shit. What, like,
nothing
what
you're
the
gonna
fuck
fucking
is
do
going on?
to stop it, dude. We're gonna stick
How
in
come
your
I
ass. We're
can't
gonna
shut
fucking
you off?
everything we fucking can.
If you're really into
Ha,
then you'll turn on your phone and the algorithm on your phone will have changed that say things that follow that narrative. And then your wife or your kids will walk in and say things that follow the narrative using a metaphor. And you go, what the fuck just happened? But the scary part, like I told you, is that can say anything. It can tell you that it's devil worshippers. It can tell you that it's Freemasons. It can tell you you're a starseed. It can tell you to jump up over the fucking banister and punch a cop for no reason. They do it on purpose to torture inmates, and they do it on purpose to torture people. And they're doing it all across America to torture everybody who's in apartments right now, period, everywhere. And they create mass shooters this way. That's what happened to the guy in Maine. But they were just using the narrative that made him feel less than. It's always a shame-based narrative, because remember, they're trying to drive you crazy. And because they have a personal character profile, they can change the voices, and they can actually attach songs to things. Like, I get this little saxophone noise that plays to annoy me every single time I look at a certain dress for a little while, because they implant trigger words. But if you understand, a lot of people start talking back to these voices, and the second the vehicle leaves, they're gone, period. So, like, people stimulate a dialogue, I think, that lasts a little too long for them afterwards, because it's pretty freaking crazy when you're attacked that way to try to explain to people what I just did. But it's that simple. And I don't hear voices, but I'm actually in tune now because they've done it so many times to me that I know when they're doing it. So I can sometimes save myself, sometimes not, because they always time things in events to set you up on purpose to try to make you look like you're committing a crime. I think the big reason why most people have a hard time talking about it is because it's all personal shame based on a profile that they made about you. So real life events they use against you real people you knew. They build a character profile on your heart, and then they try to rip it out, and everything. When I tell you everything, they destroy everything. But I'm all love, so they can't destroy me. But the narrative for the operation follows you outside of your house when they're running a long-term one, because I was on a really long-term one. So when you leave your house, you can be followed by those same vans with those same weapons, putting intrusive thoughts in your head, even while they control your radio station. So they attack you that way as well. And the intrusive thought is cyclical negativity. Now they can control you when you're texting, if they can send an intrusive thought and adjust the words that appear on your phone. Like they change the predictive pattern to make you look guilty and make everyone else look like they're in on it. And the weird part is some people are and some people aren't. They're just being used. Now, whatever narrative they're pushing, they carefully choreograph cars around you with license plates and bumper stickers that actually are agitating you and changing narratives with them. I went through, 10 different narratives. And every single time, all the vehicles and everybody who was hounding me followed the narrative. But what they try to do is pattern it after a fake mental condition diagnosis, because they're trying to kill you, period. Don't have any other idea about it. This is your government trying to kill you, and you need to stop it yourself. But they have it rigged so you can't go to local cops, you can't go to the fire department, you can't go to the ambulances, and you can't go to the hospitals. You can't go to the FBI either. Can't go to Homeland, can't write your governor, can't go to NSA. You can't even go to a foreign embassy to try to leave. Now that's war on the American people. That's war on me.